Hello lovelies, welcome back to my YouTube channel. On today's video, we'll be making this beautiful sleeve. To all our subscribers, I want to say thank you, God bless you, and if you haven't subscribed, please like and subscribe to our YouTube channel. So we'll be making this beautiful sleeve tutorial today, and I'll be showing you how to achieve these steps. You can do it 3 steps, 4 steps. It all depends on the type you want. Okay, so it can be worn as detachable sleeve on your dresses. You can remove the sleeve or you can sew it together, so it all depends on you. Also, this is a different one and it has different pictorial illustration on how to get it. So this is a pattern illustration. This is quite different from what I'm doing. This is another one and it has like 4 steps. So this one has just 2 steps. Okay, so there are different methods. Okay, so I'll be making 3 steps for mine, and I took my sleeve pattern and I'll be cutting it half. Okay, so when you want to draft the pattern for this sleeve, you fold your sleeve pattern into 2 and you'll be working with just half of your sleeve pattern, not the full sleeve pattern, half. Okay, so when you are cutting it on your fabric, you fold your fabric into 2 and do the slash and spread on it. So I'm going to trace my sleeve, and after doing that, I'll show you what to do next.
Welcome to Roop Design, the creative hub where imagination runs wild.
After tracing it, this is what I have. So you're going to take your ruler and your pen and also your tape and mark. So I started marking from the upper part and I realized that the upper part is way wider than it. So I decided to mark the bottom part also. So for the upper part, I used 2 inches for each and I marked it. Then I went ahead to mark the bottom part and I did the same thing with 2 inches. So you connect it from the bottom down to the upper part. It all depends on how you want to do it. You can use 1 inch, you can just cut it into 2. It all depends on how you want it to be. After connecting it, this is what you have. So I just went ahead and marked the parts I'll be cutting out. Use my pen to just mark the lines for illustration and for reminder. And when you're done, you have to label it. Okay, so you start from any part you want, and I labeled it 1 to 5. So label it and cut it out. You cut out 5 pieces. After cutting it, you bring out your fabric and you place them on your fabric. Okay, so for the fabric, you have to fold it into 2 so that you cut on fold and make it a bit wider. So this is the sleeve pattern and I placed it this way so that I'll be able to understand and know which is which. So after placing it, take your masking tape, take your tape, and you are going to start dragging it so that you'll be able to take your measurement. Okay, so I use 3 inches for mine. You can use 2 inches. It depends on how big you want the sleeve to be. I practically use 1.5 inch of fabric for this sleeve because I want it to be very puff sleeve and big for my client. So I use 3 inches for all of them. So do the same thing for yours, and after doing that, cut it out. Before I cut mine, I'm going to show you the elastic and how to join it. So I'll be marking 2 places and I'll be using elastic for it, but I also took my elastic thread. That's what I'll be using to stitch it first before I use the elastic that I have. So I reel it and place the bobbin on the shuttle case. So I had to drag it so that to be able to pass through. Then I'm going to keep it aside. That is what I'm going to use for my first stitching. So I cut it out and this is how it looks. You have to open it up and mark. So I folded the fabric into 2 and I marked the back and the front area of the fabric. The front area is very difficult to mark, but that is where I'll be stitching from instead of the back. Okay, so I had to mark the front and the back. If you are using elastic thread, you stitch in the front area of the thread so that the elastic will not show in the front area, it will show at the back. Okay, for the elastic, you have to take the measurement you need. If it's going to be your wrist, if it's going to be your elbow, it all depends on where you want to place it. So take the round measurement, your circumference, and use it to cut the elastic. I will be placing it on the two lines. So I've gone ahead and I've stitched it up with the elastic thread and also the upper part. So I did 3 stitches and I went and folded the bottom of the sleeve. I had to turn it so that it would look very neat. Okay, the way you turn your neckline, that was what I did. I just stitch extra fabric and use heavy gum. So the upper part, I used the elastic thread and this is how it looks like. Okay, so it already has a bit of gathers on it. So you take your elastic and you stitch it on the two sides. Okay, so the bottom part is open, right? Then we have 2 stitch at the middle. So you mark the circumference of your client. If it's the elbow circumference or the biceps circumference, it all depends on the number of puff that you need. So it all depends on the number of gathers that you need on the sleeve. So you place the elastic on the sleeve and stitch it up. Okay, so you stitch it up on the upper part and the bottom part. After doing that, you join the sides together. So I'm just going to show you how I stitch it and how you are going to join the sides together. After adding the elastic, you join the sides together. If you are making it detachable, what I did for the bottom part, you do the same thing for the upper part. You have to flip it and add elastic round. Okay, the way I did the elastic for my previous video. So you do the same thing. You flip it and you stitch it and add the elastic and join the sides. That is if it's detachable. But if it's not detachable, stitch it this way and attach it to your dress or your top. Okay, so I'm going to do the same thing for the other sleeve and show you how I attach it to the top. This is the crop top that I made and I finished stitching it. I've added zipper and everything to it, so I've joined the sides. So pin the sleeve round the top. After pinning it, you are going to take it and stitch it up. Okay, so pin it round and it's going to have that gather effect and everything. So don't drag it, just pin it with the gathers effect. Very careful when you are doing that and stitch it up. I went ahead and stitched it on both sides of the top, and this is how the sleeve look like. It's so pretty. I actually love it. I think I'm going to make for myself. This is how it is after I finish stitching it. You are going to iron it up, and that was basically what I did. Iron it up. And if you are making it detachable, remember you have to fold that upper part and add your elastic. Okay, you fold it and you add your elastic. This is the final look of the sleeve. Thank you so much for watching today's tutorial. Please like and subscribe to our YouTube channel. God bless you. Bye guys.